Great to see everybody here. My name is Jay Kadis, and I'm one of the original misanthropes that was probably one of Tom's first forays into the music business. I have so many memories of playing his venues, the IDS Hall, for example. In fact, when I retired from Stanford, where I worked in 2018, I got them to rent the IDS Hall so we could play there one more time. And it was one of those special days where, when I last played there, I was probably 17, and went backstage, and damn if it wasn't exactly the same, except a lot smaller, So Tom picked up my band for management about, I guess 1965, and we mostly played IDS Hall, but then, he started booking other places, and we ended up with a gig at the Fillmore Auditorium and a gig at not Winterland, the Avalon. So, we played all over the place, and, the transportation was always interesting, because Tom had a Volkswagen van that barely made it anywhere. And we played it, I remember playing a gig at the Longshoremen's Hall in San Francisco, and of course I was the band leader because everybody else took 5 steps back, when it was time to deal with the union, that got to be me. So I was the driver, and his van barely made it up the hill with 5 guys and all the equipment in it. And a subsequent gig, I think it was in Vallejo, the van died on 80 with all of us in it. So Tom got his dad's Ford station wagon to come pick us up. Well, you can imagine that if you fit in a Volkswagen van, you're not going to fit that well in the station wagon. So I was scrunched up against the back window, but we went and played the gig. So, Tom always found a way to make it work. I just have so many memories. It's been 60 years since I met him, and we've kept in contact over the years. I've been in various bands, and we ended up playing pretty much all of the venues that he owned or managed or ran, and it just seems like one sequence of events after another. And about 1981, I guess, or 82, I had just gotten an analog 8-track recorder and set up a small studio at home, and Tom wrote a song, and he got Pete Escovedo's band to record it, in my little 10 by 10 studio. That song, I guess, is available now. Stephanie, I think, has put it up on the internet, so you can hear it. But it actually turned out to be really great, and it was really the first commercial recording that I did that was with real people other than just me. So Tom sort of came and went all throughout the last 60 years. Every time I heard from him, he had a new club, and so we would end up playing there, and the Minnow, and so many memories of that. Tom was really a great communicator, and he was somebody who could sort of sell anybody to anything, except my parents. He got us a gig, or tried to get us a gig in Guerneville, I think. And my parents, there was no way they were going to let their 15-year-old kid go off with these guys. Tom was really only a couple of years older than us, and we had a family meeting, and all the parents came, and Tom came, and he was able to get all the other parents to agree, but not my parents. So we didn't play that gig. But he got us a gig in South Lake Tahoe. I think it was at there was a not Elks Lodge, but well, anyway. So my parents were not going to let us go, but my dad had a friend who owned a cabin. He owned a mansion on Lake Tahoe in North Shore. So they were willing to let us go as long as they could stay, there and watch us. So we ended up playing. It was the place actually was it was destroyed by snow. What's that? American Legion Hall, that was it, yeah. Yeah, so that's, you know, I've got so many great memories of playing these really great places, and it's all due to Tom, you know, being able to finagle these gigs for this band that nobody ever heard of, or, you know, he was a master at that. And like I said, till he met my parents, I don't think he ever had anybody tell him no. So it was really intriguing. And over the years, you know, we kept in touch. I remember there was a summer where Tom and Susan came with us. I had a friend that I worked with that had an apartment in San Francisco, and we wanted to go see the 4th of July fireworks in San Francisco. So Tom and Susan came along with us, and of course it was the summer where there was nothing but fog, and basically we stood there and watched a bunch of like flashes of light and the damp thunder. But you know, it was still a great night. We got along really well. And you know, over the years, things sort of came and went, but I got a chance to talk to Tom a couple of weeks before he passed, and we caught up, and I, you know, sent him another copy of that song that he recorded. And so, you know, it's been a long life for both of us, and I'm sorry he's gone. He'll never be gone entirely, because, you know, so many of us will remember him.